I'm sorry, Christy, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're the talker.
No, I'm going to shut up.
No. Because you gotta stay up here. Everybody knows me just from the videos, and you call and chat with me. I'll talk your ear off on the phone, but I'm not still the best at doing all of this in front of people and
You're doing
they all
great.
watching me. Well, anyways, I don't have the recipe formula in front of me. I know pretty much, so you're just gonna have to tell me what I'm doing. So,
I have it.
3.5 quarts of mix,
Is
right?
this Mickey's?
Yep.
3.5 quarts of mix.
Well, they can do it.
Okay. No, they don't have it.
Yes, they do.
You all have it? Yes. Okay, good.
What's after the mix, guys? All right. And what's after the vanilla?
Brown, a cup and a half of brown sugar.
All right. Let's get this started. Has anybody had ice cream with real bacon in it?
It usually gets soggy, but this doesn't. Christy's husband, Mickey, makes the flattest bacon that anybody's ever seen in the world. The trick is he uses an anvil. You know, he just puts it down on it, and actually, he got me one for Christmas. It says, I think it says Cuisinart on it, and it weighs like an anvil, but it's got a handle, and you just put it on there, and it'll flatten anyone, or I mean anything.
Syrup? All right. We're gonna go ahead and turn this on. You said tablespoons?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. Well, this is what we're gonna do.
6 tablespoons.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now you're getting like Jeff.
I am. That's too time consuming. And then what else? The candied bacon, which is right here. Has anybody had just candied bacon?
You'll have to speak up.
Huh?
You'll have to speak up the new fan motor. This is the largest selling batch freezer in the world because it'll do everything that the bigger machines will do. It has all the same features, same average lifespan of 40 years, same materials go into it, and being air-cooled, it often gets into restaurants where sometimes you get kitchens that are 100 degrees, 110, and other equipment is failing. That's why we've put such high-performance motors in here to really circulate the air. And it's a great way to get going. If you need to double your production, you hire someone else to work the night shift. And when you need more production, you won't need more production, you'll need more space, more chest freezers or hardening cabinet. And then if you ever decide to go up to a 24 quart because of demand, you can sell it. Someone told me the other day a very good analysis. They said you can buy a Rolex watch in 1990 and sell it in 1995 for exactly what you paid for it, because the cost of that Rolex has gone up, but the value of the Rolex is so high that you'll get what you pay for. We see batch these selling that were sold 9 years ago for $9,950, and they're on the market for $10,000, and they're scooped up in a couple of hours because there are no Emery Thompsons. Now, I wouldn't do it because the new one is just a few thousand more than that, 13.5. But you'll never lose money on it. Any other questions as we're doing this? No? They're silent.
I know. We've said it, I think, 10 times today. You guys are awfully quiet. Normally, everybody's so loud and we have to tell them to shush.
Yes.
Current delivery time.
Yeah.
Oh, so on the smaller, at this moment, you're looking about 4 to 6 weeks, and then for the larger one, you're looking about 14 weeks. We are so slammed with a lot of orders, which is a good problem to have. It's just the whole world is just booming in frozen desserts. So we have about 140 something orders up on the board just for the larger machines alone. So we're doing what we can. Yes.
You ship them everywhere?
We do. We ship them globally. Well, you're off camera. Nobody can see you.
141 countries. Hey, I'll tell you a tip. Order it from Christi because I'm 8 weeks. And maybe we'll get you down to 6, but she's saying 4 to 6, so you might as well order it from Christi.
Now, those that are watching this on YouTube, this can definitely change in a week or 2 weeks or a month from now. So don't call me a year later and go, you said 4 weeks.
We'll get to you.
You talking about the stand?
Yeah.
That's separate. It's powder coated and it's got casters on it, 2 lock, 2 don't. Plus it also comes with the hardware to bolt the machine to the stand because the machine does have a slight vibration, so you don't want it to vibrate off.
Interesting, the purpose of the stand isn't just to have a stand. It's because when you take that machine and put it up here, at my height, they're never going to hire me for the NBA. I am up here and pouring in. And you do the above the shoulders all day long, and they're going to really hurt. So I had our engineer, Slade Harmon, design me a stand where I could go like this. I'm more of a woman's height, and I can do it like this without hurting my shoulders. So that's why the height. You can put it on any sturdy stand that you want. Yes, sir. The 2 smaller machines, that one and this one, are air-cooled only. Yeah. You had a question, Jeff, or no, you're done? Okay. Yeah, I'd say we're 8 weeks and shooting for 6. The beauty is we're not waiting for anything sitting on a boat offshore Los Angeles. We have 3 buildings. We make most of the parts. We have a foundry in Wisconsin. We make the castings there. We make most of our own parts, and then what we don't make, like motors and compressors, we buy from Copeland Corporation, the best compressor in the world and made in Ohio, and we buy motors made in the USA. So we're not waiting on anybody. It's just right now we have 142 orders that we have to fill of all different size machines, and so the wait time is just a wait to get finished being built. We hand make them. You'll see that when we take the tour. It's a walk-around factory, no assembly lines. But people say, how long does it take to build a machine? It takes about 3 weeks. But the sub parts of it, the casting for the door, is pure stainless steel. That's about 5 months. And so I always have to be thinking 2 years in advance, what am I going to need? And I'm always gambling, and I always end up right. Of what I'm going to need. The nice thing about a family business is in a corporation that's owned by stockholders, all the money's got to go out in dividends. In a family business, everything stays in the family, so I can come in and say, the price of copper is going up this morning because they just banned mining of it in Alaska. Go buy $50,000 worth of copper. I can do that because I'm only reporting to myself. And the other thing is that $50,000 sitting in the bank is getting 0.02% interest. Why not buy copper, which just went up 60 cents, in one day? So we are much more flexible than a mega corporation. That's why we sell more than them. Yes, sir. Oh, they're just sold to the American. He just scratched his ear with his pen. He just bought the machine. Congratulations, you're going to love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The freight is additional.
I'm sorry?
Freight, shipping is additional.
Yes, shipping is additional.
And what are your options for financing?
We have one option. It's we have our own lease company that we use exclusively called Sterling Capital Leasing. In fact, we don't take leases from other companies because they're all privately owned, and I just don't think very much of them. The lease company that we use exclusively, we've been with for over 20 years. What we would do whenever anybody wants to buy a machine, we take their information, we write them a quote, and we send it to them. If they're interested in leasing, we send a copy to the lease company, and then you talk to them and to see if this is right for you. private money, as opposed to a bank, is always going to be higher interest than a bank would be. The only problem is the banks just aren't loaning. So a very hard time. So leasing is available, but it will be higher than public money. So all you can do is wait and see. They'll tell you all day long how it's a deduction and how great that is, but the fact is it's still money coming out of your pocket. If you've got a 2% mortgage, that's wonderful, but it's still 2% you're paying to the bank. You know, it'd be nicer if it was just your cash. Anybody else? How's it looking?
Good. There's some in the pan. Tastes like a spoon.
No, I've had it before. It's the best ever.
Anybody see the pickle Italian ice video? Yeah? It was very good. I don't care what anybody says. The audience actually really did like it. They were very surprised, and that was another bacon thing. Put a strip of bacon in there, and it was the Clausen pickles. One customer, I think, tried to make it with just, I'm pretty sure, normal pickles. Nothing beats a Clausen. You have to have the Clausens. And grinding those up and then adding some sugar and the strip of bacon, it was really good.
I'm an optimist. The bacon was great.
I'll just say you would have ate the whole thing versus the mint chip. My husband. Mickey, just like the mouse. He's gotten it his whole life.
All I can say is it's good you already secured that job as Vice President of Sales and Marketing.
I get a kick when we go to Disney World and I forget his name is Mickey and I lose him and I start shouting, Mickey, Mickey, and everybody's like, where? And he pops out, he's like, yeah? And I'm like, oh crap. I do forget.
This one, Christi added additional sugar into it, so the freezing time will be longer than, say, a straight vanilla. The bacon doesn't have any effect, but the extra sugar does.
Yep. And then, so this was sugar, and then the dairy mix already had sugar. So it's sugar. So it's going to take a little bit longer to freeze. About the same amount of time as an Italian ice would. Any other questions? No? Just want to eat bacon ice cream? I can get it. You want to try bacon ice cream? You want to try candied maple bacon ice cream?
What are you here for?
Jeff, when is your next class?
There's a sign.
Look at the sign. All right. Fell off. Okay.
Oh, I can't say it on air. Oh.
What?
I can't say it on TV.
Why not?
Because you always told me that.
Oh, only because they age. In 5 years it'll be more. What is the price? He disappeared. My feeling is any information that you can get from anywhere is valuable. And as we've seen today, Jeff is an extremely good teacher. And maybe his ice creams are a little better than mine. Well, all right, they're a lot better than mine.
No, I don't get it that.
Well, that's exactly what I do. I keep trying to experiment. I push the envelope. I experiment.
Right.
And then usually Christi takes my ideas and turns it into a real ice cream.
I experiment, but they come out good.
I'm a big picture concepts kind of guy. Why am I holding
Don't
this?
they remind you of Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau?
Yes.
It's not my fault he's always wrong. Jeff, how many people can you take in your class? So there's still time.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it.
Yeah. Christi's gonna pull this now if you can see it. Everybody, can you see this coming out?
It'll take you from here to
Now, these 4 people, I know, make the greatest ice cream in the world. Right?
That is true.
Because they work their buns off making it.
May I do this?
It's an Emery Thompson 24 I use, and the recipes are good for the 6 quart, 12 quart, 24 quart. And Monday we worked from just making ice cream from 1 o'clock to 7:30. So 7.5 hours of just making ice cream. And every single one of them was at the machine at one point making ice cream. It's good. I get a kick out of, I guess hundreds have taken the class. And I get 60 emails a day from people all over the world with questions about their stores, and they've all gone through the class, and it gives me great joy.
Christi's got the ice cream finished. And we advertise the machine as a 6-quart finish. I know it makes more than that, but that's what we advertise it for. Christi's pulling from a 6-liter pan, which is slightly underfilled, so that's 6 quarts, and then now we have over here more. So that will help with your production too.
Any questions?
Yeah, no, we think that we've just about covered everything there is, so if you'd like, after we try this, we'll take a tour of the factory and show you around, show you how we hand make them. And you can reach us by calling the number, the 718 number. You can email us, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. When we say, we tell people that every machine comes with lifetime technical support, no matter whether you picked it up used or not. Even if you don't buy a machine from us, if you just want to ask more questions, or if you buy someone else's machine, you still have lifetime technical support with us just for contacting us. So we're not, maybe not the geniuses, but we do have a lot of resources, but just because of the age of the company, how long we've been here. So any question that comes up, you can email Christi or me, you can call us. There are not a lot of companies where you can call up and ask for someone by first name and get right through to the president of the company. But that's what we do. And I know Christi works all weekends. Fortunately, she doesn't take phone calls, because then she'd be me taking phone calls on all weekends. But we're available a lot of time, and so please use us. We have great resources. By resources, you want to talk about vanilla, Lockheed vanilla, you call us up, and we'll get you to the top person at Lockheed to take an order, Darren Rotman. And Darren can help you out. Same thing with iRice company, same thing with dipping cabinet companies, and with tie-dye Jeff.
Answer all the questions too.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Great.
You like it?
It's amazing.
Oh,
It's a
good.
reputation maker.
This is, yeah.
Now you've had ice cream with real bacon in it. And it's candied bacon.
So when we order these, we call you guys, Christi, and make the order.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm
definitely.
always here to help.
Today.
Anything you would add or change or make different about this bacon ice cream?
Maple.
My husband thinks
More
I'd
maple?
add maple.
I would add more maple.
Maple syrup.
I've had the maple bacon donuts, and this is kind of in that vein of.
If you were to add more syrup, it most likely wouldn't freeze. So adding what little we did is great, but if you're wanting more maple, I would suggest a maple flavoring. Otherwise, if you add that, it's never going to freeze at all. It'll just be soup.
You make donuts?
No, I said I've had the maple bacon donuts.
Uh-huh.
And it's a delicious.
Gee, you could put this in between the two maple bacon donuts and go home to your wife and say, we're going to be rich. We're going to sell maple donuts.
Maple, and every time I do it, I feel like Ralph Cramden. So I'm harebrained ski.